What's up, YouTube? It's Danny from Team Bros here, and yet the other day, me and my team went to the Albany, New York regionals, where I placed 21st, which I guess to some is considered a top, but I much rather would have rather had top eight. But I played a deck that I built actually for a thing that me and Tyler called Bad Deck Tuesday at our locals at Gamers Gambit in Danbury, Connecticut, where we build a deck that is not very good and we play it. The deck that I built was baby raccoons, or chinukits as some call it. And I'm going to jump down to a profile for you guys. I played 3 Pompoko. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. I didn't feel like waiting for someone else to record me in a couple days when people wouldn't care. I played 3 Tantans. I played 1 Thunder King, which is incredibly good in this deck because not a single card says add a card to your hand. I main decked 2 Effect Veilers as my hand traps. I did not main any Maxis. I sided them in against basically water, and I sided against the frog player that I played. I sided for the 1-ubs. I have a Raikou, Elephant, Wind Up Kitten. I played Sequala. Those were the 1-ubs that I played for the beasts. I wanted to play Tree Otter, but I really didn't have room. I didn't want to cut anything to put in a 1-of. I played 2 Calentosas. This card is amazing. It literally gets rid of almost any problem besides skill drain and emptiness. And then I played 2 Junk Synchronons because this card is literally amazing. It opens up so many synchro plays. Frozen Fitzgerald, if I had one at the time, I would have had Armides plays. Catastor to get over different things. It's just ridiculous what it can do. That's it for the monsters. I played 17 monsters. For the spells, I played 1 Book of Moon. I played 3 copies of MST. I played probably one of the best cards to open up within the game, Obedient School, triple. And I played triple Upstart Goblins. That's it. Just 10 spells. I wasn't even playing Book of Moon. I was main decking 2 of another card that you'll see in the other deck, but Tyler needed one for the regional, so he used it as well. I would rather us both play 2 of that card than one of us play 3 and the other not play any. I played 3 copies of Burst of Birth. This card is amazing. A lot of people would probably say not to play 3, but I think it's amazing at 3. I used it so many times. I brought back Naturia Beasts. I brought back my Tantan to make more plays. I brought back Frozen Fitzgerald. It's just a lot of ridiculous things. I could pay 2,000 during my Europe end phase and just summon things. This is the card that I cut 1 to give to Tyler, and that's Mistake. This card is incredible in this deck. It's not that good against Fire Fist, but it's good against a lot of the meta. It's great against water. This card says water cannot play, and it's main decked. Like, stupid. I played 1 Torrential, 1 Warning, 1 Bottomless. I did not play Compulse in this because I don't really like Compulse at the moment. I played 2 Mirror Force, and then I played triple Fiendish Chains. This is amazing. I would not cut a Fiendish Chain in this at all. It gives me the perfect amount of stun I need. Stops water amazingly as well. For the extra deck, I played 3 Ronin Raccoon Sendayus. These are French. They are beautiful. This card's amazing. It generates. It's an indestructible wall when you have another beast on the field. It makes a token that copies the attack of the biggest monster on the field. Basically turns your opponent's monsters against each other. I played 1 copy of Gachi Gachi Gentetsu. I made this almost every single match. It's amazing to have this card and this card on the field. You basically make a token of their monster, and then it gets bigger, and you swing over. I did not make this card. I just had it in there as a space because I didn't have an Armides. There was one moment when I was going to make it to get rid of the dead Kalantos in my hand, but I realized that it would have just been a stupid idea. I made this a lot. I guess the Phoenix is an amazing card in this deck. I literally just swing twice, 3,000, have back row, deal with problems, swing twice, and then put this bitch on top. 2 Downer Magicians because you gotta do something with your Dead Sendayus, and putting up a 2300 monster that does piercing is a pretty good thing to do with a dead card. Naturia Beast, which is one of the win conditions in this deck. I actually made it against my friend round 4, I think I played him. Mike Albany, he was playing Fire. He beat me in the match, he just out-resourced me, he was playing +1. But I made this turn 1 and he had all monsters in his hand and couldn't deal with it, so we just went to game 2. I played 2 Junk Warriors. I think I made it twice, but you probably don't need to play 2. I probably wouldn't play 2 if I played at another big tournament. I played 1 Balmong. This card's amazing when you have Thunder King in the grave. It's just, when it's destroyed by a battle, you can special summon a level 4 lower monster. So I've done it. I did that. I've done that. I just go into this when it's destroyed by, not battle, by a card effect. So if I know that they have to, like, save themselves with a Mirror Force or whatever, I just bring this out, swing. If they have to kill it, then I get a Thunder King back. Frozen Fitzgerald is a card that everybody probably has, and they probably just overlook because of its ridiculous summoning condition. You need to use a Dark Tuner and a non-tuner Beast Monster, which is ridiculous because there's not a lot of things that do that, but Junk Synchron bringing back any of my monsters besides Elephant makes this card. It's 2500 attack and defense. When I attack, my opponent can activate any spell or trap cards when he attacks itself. And if it's destroyed by battle, I can discard a monster card and bring it back if I already had no monsters on the field. It's really good. I played Catastor and Armory Arm. I did not make Armory Arm at all. I made Catastor a couple times. It just puts in work against rogue decks. Like, I can't even explain. Like, everybody should know Catastor's a good card. I actually had these as tokens. They're Raccoon trading cards from Marvel. They were pretty amazing. I got compliments on them all day. Down to my side deck. I played 2 Maxis, just to try to draw my side deck, really, when I put it in against explosive decks. Soul Drain and a D-Fissure. 2 Overworked for Fire, Harpies. I actually sided him against Gravekeepers, too, just to put in a little bit of work. I played 2 Twisters, Dark Hole, 2 Fossil Dinos, 2 Swords of Concealing Lights, and 2 Blackhorn Heavens. I did not have Closed Forests. I would have definitely sided them if I did. My matches were, round 1 I played against a random person. It was just like, I think it was a guy that was there with his son, and his son was playing. It really wasn't hard, but he was a nice guy. We talked, and I talked to him about where he's from, how long he's been playing, stuff like that. Round 2 I played against Gravekeepers, and it was a really hard match. I just sided out my Burst Rebirths and Junk Synchron, stuff that stop him. Round 3 I played against Frogs, and that was definitely my hardest match of the entire day. Game 1 went to 30 minutes. He won, and then Game 2 I won, and then Game 3 I lost in time. He had, I opened up with 2 Upstarts and a Soul Drain, and he had, so I had to use those to try to get damage in the first place. He had a Ghost Trick Jack Frost when I swung with my Thunder King. On my turn 0, he went, he just passed turn with the, or on my turn 2 he did. The first turn I could attack, oh yeah, my turn 1 he went first. My turn 1 he had a Jack Frost for my Thunder King. On my turn 3 he had a Battle Fader, and then after I ended my turn I just said, do you have another Battle Fader in your hand, and he showed one, and I shook his hand because that was the one, like, there was no way I could get over another Battle Fader without a way to get out of it. Round 4 I played my friend Mike Albany, as I already described that. I won Game 1, and then he just out-resourced me Game 2 and 3. Round 5 I played against Insectors, I believe. Round 6 I 2-0'd, I believe. Round 6 I played against Water. Round 7 nobody showed up. I don't know why. We were only X2 at the time. Round 6 nobody showed up. Round 7 I played against Evil Swarm. Round 8 I played against Water. I went 2-1 against Evil Swarm, and I went 2-1 against Water. I never got 2-0'd. Every game I lost. Every time I lost was 2-1. I think I only 2-0'd one person, but I don't even remember what it was. But that was my profile. I got 21st place, so I was kind of proud of it just because it was with Raccoons, which a lot of people don't consider to be very good. People know that it has plays, but almost nobody knew what my deck did, and that was kind of annoying because I have a lot of foreign cards in it. But I'm getting foreign Raccoons, so this deck is staying where it is, sleeved and everything. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message the page, message me on Facebook. It's Danny McDonald. You should be able to find me. Just let me know. See you later.